California. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Levi Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Looking to the air here. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing off the play fake here. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was trying to find Christian Kirk there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He'll get it at the 9. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the 49ers will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back now, pressure on its way. That throw finds Kittle. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic, not just knock that ball away.
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. This taken from the 12. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to throw now. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They stick with Jacobs. And this one doesn't go far. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Pearsall there to grab it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So it's 2nd down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
connect on first. It's second down. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he gets this forward to the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers start to fight back with their first points of this game. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Another run for Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Running back sent in motion. This time it's a passing play. Finds his back, Kyren Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Dropping back to throw. Pass is caught by Addison. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. Has the connection to Hockenson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
From the 27, throw complete to Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They are throwing it again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. 30. The 10. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. You get a pick six. You get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Mooney knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. He throws deep to the... That's complete inside the 35-yard line. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
To throw it on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the 49ers might be able to get some points late after the interception.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there still reeling from that interception.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 32. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Moody knocks it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring a touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. This is taken in at the 13. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Give now to the running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Dumped off to his running back. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
With that down the distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Handoff running left, Jacobs. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's Deommodore Lenoir. And the 49ers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That throw finds Kittle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll send the tackles wide and work out of the monster here on 2nd down. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. He has it on the QB sneak. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 from the 41. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you'll hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
And they'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Now looking to throw. Cut by Jacobs. He's still going at the 30. And they get this down to the 28. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll pitch it to Jacobs. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going run again with Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's 49ers football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll run, Jacobs. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers take a 3-possession lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the 49ers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's a give. Fullback headed up the gut. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. And they'll pitch it out to him. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now it's a bootleg for him. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
He puts some power on a deep one left. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Throw on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense.
What you get paid for? Get to the crib, baby! Take it to him.
First and 10 now from the 30. Ayuk put in motion left. Jacobs running behind center. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
The give here on 2nd. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
Throwing off the play fake here. That finds Ayuk complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To throw here on 1st down. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Second and 4. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Trying to throw here out of the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. They'll throw it again. And they pick him off again. And the 49ers take over on his 5th interception of the season.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
First and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. They've got to keep moving quick here.
The tackle made back in his own 49.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Trying to force one through there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
All right, one more snap to play here. 3rd and long for him here. Kittle brings it in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. So the 49ers take the win.